This video is sponsored by Rocket Money. More on that later. Hello everybody and welcome back to the drama. I know you're excited to see me. I know you're excited to hear about what little fights have gone on the internet in the past week. Now, we've been covering a lot of serious and big stories, a lot of celebrity tea, but we're leaving the orbit of all of these massive celebrities doing dumb things, and we're going to check in on some very niche drama in the interior design world today. This is a classic greenisnotnick topic. Huge drama that happens within a very small community is my specialty, so I'd love to touch on it today. I've had a lot of people ask me over on my Instagram story. I ask people what kind of drama you want me to cover, and that's the one that you guys said the most. So again, as I said, today's drama is in the interior design world, specifically in the DIY niche of TikTok. It's all about making creative designs from scratch and finding inspiration and collaboration and turning old things into new things. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You'd think that this community is like wholesome and cool, and I'm sure they are, but we have a little bit of an exception today. But I say let's jump into it. Before that, if you would like to subscribe, it's free and it's really easy. It doesn't hurt that bad. And also I have another channel called He Said Us where I've been covering some more niche internet dramas or just like a one-off TikToks that bugged me a little bit. Yesterday I uploaded a video on a TikTok that peeved me. So you can go check that out after you watch this one. But let's get into the drama. Come on. Today's story has revolved around I think what I heard was a maximalist DIY interior design TikToker who has 1.9 million followers. She does DIYs in her 120-year-old home in San Francisco. And man, did she really mess up this week, because everyone is mad at TayBeepBoop, and we're about to find out why. But first I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, so these are the kind of videos that she makes.
From when I lost my job. I installed my custom IKEA closet. I've had this with me for years. It's moved 1,000 times. I still don't have lighting in the living room, so did a simple LED.
You know, a lot of this stuff, helping people get inspiration for their homes in a creative, nice, awesome way, right? Not everything is so nice, because TayBeepBoop put out a TikTok about a week ago that made a lot of people very upset. Let's watch it. So this is a repost of the original because it was taken down, but let's check it out. It starts with some text that says, I reached out to this creator 2 months ago asking her to not copy me, and these videos from her page are all from the last 2 months. This has been happening for years. Oh my god, this video is 5 minutes. We are not going to watch all of that. Jeez, dude.
I'm about to be so petty, and I've never done something like this before, but there is a large creator who is just getting out of hand. So this is my mossy mirror that I made, and immediately she makes this, which is like, fine, that's what the coincidence.
Okay, mossy mirror. I've seen a couple mossy mirrors in my time. They look great. Both of these look great. Nothing to be too freaked out about.
I have this green squiggle art gallery, and now she does too.
Okay.
The difference is she's hanging something else, so that's different. That's creative. But she's also ripping off my boyfriend's art. So that's my boyfriend's art. I have a monster head art gallery. He makes monster heads. They're so realistic and beautiful. This is her version. This is her monster head art gallery.
Okay.
Then I
mean, monster head art gallery, you know, it's like, I don't know. Okay.
Painted my room green and blue. They're very abnormal color choices, and I got a lot of hate for it, but I really love it, and I spent months choosing the colors. Look at what colors she's doing for her kitchen.
She's got green and blue pastel type stuff going on here too. Okay, interesting. Now she's really ripping it from you. And a lot of you are probably watching this video thinking, okay, like, didn't we just talk about how she's a DIY TikToker, which means that she teaches people how to do cool shit and make cool shit for themselves in their own homes? Is it that kind of the point of her page, is to like help people draw inspiration? But of course, there is a point for everybody where the flattery of having someone inspired by your work turns into imitation. And I think for TayBeepBoop, this line may have been crossed much earlier than it would have been for most of us, because she's claiming that this other big creator is stealing her ideas and designs. And that creator is someone that goes by the name of Kaarin Joy. And surprise, she's another DIY, like maximalist interior design TikToker with 2 million followers. Pretty much has the same niche on TikTok. They're both very popular. So I think this is like a pretty big shot to come out and claim that another person doing this, who also is very successful in it, is copying all your shit. But let's go back to the original video and see what other claims have been made.
So that's just like another weird coincidence. And she hung up this cake wallpaper that just happens to be my actual wallpaper line that I have. Look at this photo. Orange couch, wallpaper, Monster Head Art Gallery. That orange couch is literally the knockoff of my orange couch. And that's my wallpaper, which is fine. Anyone can buy it.
Again, she explains in the video, that's fine. Anyone can buy it. She did a collaboration with a interior design company, I think, that did a wallpaper with her. And they took her wallpaper and decided to put it in front of an orange couch. And she also has an orange couch. Interesting. You're a popular, DIY TikTok creator, so I'm sure that this wallpaper was used because this person's a fan of what you do and enjoys what you do, but it has been claimed in this case as copying, okay? And so let's continue to watch.
That orange couch is literally the knockoff of my orange couch, and that's my wallpaper, which is fine. Anyone can buy it. I also created a gradient room where my whole room is gradients, and then she decided to make an ombre room.
Wait, what? So this is, you're comparing to this being the thing copied? But okay, I'm gonna keep going.
An ombre room. Strange coincidence.
Why is it pausing? Did the person who screen recorded the TikTok paused it? Is that why it's 5 minutes?
I tried to talk to her about this and I was like, please stop copying me. And she said, I don't want to
Okay, whoever screen recorded this can we play the rest of the video, or are you just scrolling through comments? Okay, I guess that was the end of the TikTok. So then we look through the comments of this TikTok, and man, people are not happy. It was 6 hours later when this was screen recorded, and the caption's like, I don't watch her content, so I can only imagine how many things she stole from me or whatever. She tries to talk to this girl personally about it. She responds. Kaarin says, but now I've established and found my own style. I really don't just exactly replicate someone else's work. I really respect you as a designer and artist, and I don't want to copy or replicate any of your designs or DIYs going forward. And I'm sorry people tag me on your stuff all the time. I know it's beyond annoying, blah, blah, blah. Very nice about it, obviously. But TayBeepBoop decides to, come on here and talk about it. Let's see the comments. One right here. You, check out these easy DIY projects for your home. Also you, but don't do them. Only I'm allowed. I too hate when I find out I'm not as original as I like to think or pretend that I am. Kaarin had her dino heads and squiggles for a long time. Seems like you were actually inspired by her. Don't you have the wallpaper line for people to buy? And I guess from TayBeepBoop's perspective, it was like, okay, we're both two different really big creators, and it seems like she's taking a lot of inspiration from my stuff, but I'm not getting the credit for it. And people were kind of just like, okay, I feel like the point of your account is to inspire people and give people ideas for what they should do with their own homes. And as an interior designer, I feel like you should know and respect that other people and other interior designers are going to want to do things inspired by your own work. That should be flattering to you. But I think it got to the point for her where she thought, okay, if I bring this up, people have got to agree with me that I'm having my shit ripped. And that is not what happened. The drama gets much deeper than that, and we're about to find out where it goes. But we do need to talk about the sponsor for this video first. Go to the sponsor, Nick. Let's take a second to talk about our sponsor for the video, Rocket Money. Guys, the other day I realized that I've been paying for a Disney Plus subscription for a year now without even knowing it. I just wanted to watch The Incredibles, and I ended up wasting a whole bunch of money. I know you guys have been in a similar position before, and today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is an all-in-one finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. This personal finance app allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. Now, personally, I use Rocket Money to cancel unwanted subscriptions and to set budgets when it comes to things like getting food or other needs that I have in my day-to-day. Rocket Money also monitors your credit, alerting you of important changes that impact your score while offering you insights on ways to improve it. Now, if you guys want to save more and spend less, join the 3.4 million members today by using Rocket Money. If you go to rocketmoney.com/greenisnotnick or or if you click the link in the description, you can get started for free or unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/greenisnotnick to get started today and to get your money right. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the fun. And welcome back to the drama. So basically this TikTok gets put up. Everyone rushes to it to kind of make fun of TayBeepBoop for being so out of line with kind of like slandering this other person who is very popular online with a lot of your audience and saying that she's just like ripping your shit and you have to talk about this. You're never this petty, but you gotta talk about this. And I'll also read some of the comments on the interior design drama TikTok page that reposted this. The top comments: I think you should stop posting content if you're so petty when someone copied you and even buys your product to do so with. You're being weird. I wish my biggest problem in life was that I did a thing, posted it online, and people liked my ideas so much that they also did them. I know she said anyone can buy her wallpaper, but hey, does she sound annoyed that someone bought and used the wallpaper she sells? But you get what I'm saying. Basically, there was like a unanimous decision that interior design TikTok was standing behind Kaarin. And of course, you're gonna have people who back up TayBeepBoop, just like this account right here. This person says, don't agree with TayBeep's tactics, but she's not wrong. And they go through all this stuff. They say, fascinated by fake food in 2022. April, then in July, oh, she bought stuff to make a DIY. This is obviously the same exact photo though, so it seems like she literally brought up TayBeepBoop's design before doing it herself. So obviously that one is not copied because it's right, you can tell it by this screenshot. Then we've got this one, 2022 in March. TayBeepBoop has this rug with little spots on it, and then 2022, 8 days later, there's another rug that also has two different colors with pink little splotches off of it. Making a rug that's circular that has like cow patterns on it with colors, of course, it's cool. Both of these look really cool. But again, not really copying as much as it is just being inspired by a rug that you made. And this one was made 8 days later. So it's obviously right after yours got popular. Someone wanted to try it for themselves. I don't really see how that's not just like flattering to you, I guess. Somehow they bring this up as a piece of evidence that my closet's meant to be seen. It's like an open, you know, the clothes are out. September 2021. Then in December, they're claiming that this clothing rack to display clothes is copying TayBeepBoop. And obviously this is not her specifically making these claims. She already made enough claims. Gummy bear, stole gummy bears idea from her. I love interior design stuff. I wish I was good at it. It's not my strength. It really isn't. I'm not the guy to go to if you're asking whether, like, who's better or whatever. Not for me to talk about. But on the other hand, you had a lot more people coming to Kaarin's defense and actually saying that no, in a lot of these cases, she didn't actually copy or even get inspired by TayBeepBoop at all.
But there is a large creator who is just getting out of hand. So
that's a crazy accusation considering everything.
Whoa, okay, did you guys hear this? So this part of the stitch ends with her going this, but then there's a hiss noise in the background of the other TikTokers sound right here, and it sounds like her saying this is like stretched out. Just listen to this, listen.
It's getting out of hand. So
that's a crazy accusation
this. Okay, let's move on. That was dumb.
Considering everything you're accusing her of copying can be found online and on Pinterest, and I'm here to show proof. You said she copied your moss mirror. Here's one I found on Pinterest.
These are all good points. Like, moss mirror definitely was a thing before she created it. I don't think that this moss mirror is like the best way to explain that like they are a thing. But again, yes, this isn't something that was stolen. People have done moss tufted shit for a long time.
And then the wall squiggles. I didn't realize people could own wall squiggles. Here's one and two. There's so many more.
Okay, well, wait. I mean, these ones are very clearly from the same shop, right? Like, it's the same squiggle. They have the same lines here. I actually think that the company Auto Studio who sells these, they're actually the ones who are a part of this drama later in the story. But let's back up a little bit. This is obviously someone just pointing out that like these things are all over Pinterest. People gain inspiration a lot of different ways, and it's pretty absurd to be publicly calling out and slandering another creator for stuff that you don't even and really have evidence for. And a lot of people come forward and actually show that Kaarin was the first one to come to a lot of these designs. And actually, you have people who are coming out and actually who have been watching Kaarin for the past couple years. Have I been calling her Karen or Kaarin this whole time? I'm pretty sure it's Kaarin, but I feel like I've had to have said her name before and I must have messed it up. Anyways, you have someone who has watched her for a while who explains a lot of these like theories about her copying people and explaining that none of this shit is really valid to bring up. Let's watch this.
That was the funniest thing in the whole wide world to me, because you're not about to mess with my favorite white girl on the internet, okay? No, that moss mirror, she worked really hard on it. It was originally supposed to be squiggles, and she was gonna shave it down, and she was gonna make it a disco look. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be moss. It was a last.
Yeah, so it's like one of these things where it's like she actually followed the timeline of these things being created because she likes the creator, and she's like, oh, this mirror was supposed to be something else. She just turned it into this other thing because it worked better for it, and it wasn't even the original idea. It wasn't stolen from you.
Last minute thing. And this squiggle line, she already had that in her old apartment. She just added it to the kitchen to tie in the green cabinets that she did. Green cabinets, because she wanted green in her kitchen. Those dinosaur heads were from her old apartment.
It's like one of these things where we look at the other perspective, and it's like, dude, from Kaarin's point of view, she's probably like, dude, I'm just like making stuff that I want to make, and I like TayBeepBoop stuff, so I think it'd be cool if I incorporated some of that into my own home. And this is a big case of like people kind of mass backing up one person and kind of like not going after the other person, but just kind of like goofing on them for a while. It's a classic TikTok thing. You got to be the main character for a few days, and that is unfortunately what happened to TayBeepBoop here, because a lot of people came out, including Elise the Destroyer, to talk about why this like critique does not make any sense. And if you're not feeling bad for Kaarin already, let's watch her video about the whole situation, because as if it couldn't get any sadder that this girl just all of a sudden got like mass slander from another one of her peers in the space. Let's watch it.
I haven't seen this video because she posted it and then blocked me, so I don't really know.
She posts it and blocks her, even after reaching out and messaging with her and having, obviously we saw it in the background of the original video, there was nice messages between, not even between them, just from Kaarin that we saw being like, listen, I don't want to copy any of your stuff, that's not my goal.
But I guess I'm just like really disappointed because I really genuinely like this creator. And she was like one of the first people I followed on here that I was really like, wow, like this decor style is so cool. It is so colorful and so fun. Just really encouraged me to like actually express myself. And we have talked over message and stuff, and like she was so nice. And about 2 months ago she did ask me not to do any of her DIYs, which like I totally understood. And
which is just like, dude, if you're on TikTok and you're making DIYs, do it yourself. You should allow other people to do it. It's just like, I don't know, as a big creator like TayBeepBoop is, I feel like it's pretty unnecessary to start drama within your community, especially with someone else who people know in the space. If people are fans of you and are fans of them, and it does become an issue, people would notice that. I don't think that you need to be the person to come out and say something about it, especially because like you're already doing great, you're doing fine. When people get popular online, and especially if they have a certain style that they're trying to teach to people through their content, you're gonna have people inspired by your shit, and that's good. You should be happy about that. That's like the point, is that people are inspired by your style and they want to do things that you make. That's cool. That's the whole point, I thought. And especially the wallpaper thing. It's like, dude, could she not be any more clear that she's a fan of yours and she likes what you do? And even though Kaarin is larger on TikTok than TayBeepBoop is at this point, because I don't know how many followers the BeepBoop. I can't keep saying TayBeepBoop.
And it was just like a really pleasant interaction. Like I said, she was so nice. And I didn't know like we had issues or that she was feeling like this. But I will say, like, we have very similar styles. Like, I love her. I'm so inspired by her. And I think it's so crazy to say that no one else can decorate, like, in color or have similar colors to you, and it automatically being me, like, maliciously copying her. I just wish she had come to me privately. Like, I'm so frustrated. Like, I don't even know what's being said about me. And I think to be, like, a content creator on here, some of that comes with, if you're branding yourself as a DIY channel, do this yourself, here's how I did it, here's the links for the supplies. And then to say no one can be inspired off of you is just wrong.
Facts. That's all I'm gonna play. I don't need to play the rest of this, but you get the point. It's like the more and more this unravels, it's just like, dude, what is going on? Like, why? Imagine having 2 million TikTok followers and you're just like, I'm gonna go after someone. I'm gonna go after someone now. Like, not even after anyone, after a creator that people like, also who is in the same niche that you are, with 2 million followers, which means like everybody knows the both of you probably. I don't know if that's true. Oh gosh, my plumber's back. I gotta let this plumber fix the sink. So this comes out and everyone begins to support Kaarin over this whole thing, and a lot of artists on TikTok just start making jokes about the whole situation, kind of goofing on TayBeepBoop for what she said. These are a couple of crochet TikTokers that I like. I follow them on Instagram, and they go to the lake and they crochet together, and it's so cool. I don't even know how to crochet. I wish I did. But they poke a little bit of fun at the situation. I'll show a part
this
of it.
very pink cardigan, very unique color choices, and it took me months to choose out all these colors of pink. Look at the colors they're using for this crochet video. So that's just another weird coincidence.
And so it's a lot of this, like a lot of artists just kind of like making the joke of like, I made this thing and did general things to it, and they're copying me and doing the same exact thing, even though it's obviously like relax. Here's another one that I liked.
Area of the kitchen, and then I plan to like get a circular table that they'll all kind of like go around.
There she goes again, copying people. I put fruit chairs in my home back in 2010, so get an original idea, please. Thank you.
When I watched this, I thought the face that she made right here is like so funny. Look at this.
I put fruit copying people.
And here's another one that I thought wrapped up the statement in a good way.
That I made, and immediately she makes this.
This is why I struggle to follow a lot of DIY interior designers, because of things like this. A lot of them believe that taking an idea from Pinterest and recreating it is them creating an original idea, when that is not the case. Especially when you didn't even know about it until someone else suggested it to you, and now you're passing it off as your idea that someone else is copying.
Dang, people found messages where she got inspiration from people in the comments about the moss mirror. So then we start getting videos from other people in the community kind of calling out this behavior, one of them being Adelina's Cozy Life, who says, this is a very cozy life of me, but I had to speak up. Let's see some of what she says also.
I am so glad that I'm not the only person that thought that video was insane when they saw it. As someone that used to live with Taylor and has known her since high school, I just want Kaarin to know that she has nothing to worry about. Taylor is upset with you because she thinks you saw her ideas, took them, and got popular on TikTok because of them. Well, do I have a story for you? Remember her first video that got her TikTok famous?
Drama.
She got the idea from a TikTok video, and she figured out how to shape it from my cousin.
They have the texts too.
But shockingly, it doesn't stop there, because she actually gets a lot of her ideas from her friends, which is normally totally fine and cool, because that's part of the design process. So don't let her make you feel bad for...
That is really cool how the lines are on the wall and they like go into the painting. That's sick.
Extrapolating.
Sorry,
on other
I didn't mean to compliment her, but I still like the idea. I'm sure she got it from someone else. She got it from one of her friends. So you can't get mad at me.
Ideas, especially because she doesn't even give anyone credit. And guess what? I made a foam mirror. She made a foam mirror. I moved into the woods and had my first TikTok go viral. She decorated her new bedroom in a completely out of character style, which reminds me more of what my room looked like in her apartment than what her typical style is, but is most obviously inspired by her new best friend Danny's style. I was there when she traced the lines for her ceiling, for her art. I was there for all of it. The point I'm trying to make is that social media is all about building off of each other's ideas, and that is exactly how Taylor started too, and how she's built what she has so far. Her tiki bar was designed and thought of by her boyfriend, along with a lot of other creative ideas, because he's a really creative guy. Taylor ordered a purse that was designed like a fake cake, and no doubtedly that inspired her wallpaper. She's acting like she invented that style, but she really just took something that was already popular on Pinterest and made it into a wallpaper. That is making her fans feel bad for buying and using her products. And none of this is even touching on the fact that she is telling everyone that she grew up in poverty. Just a quick refresh.
But dude, what is going on? How did this happen? We're getting the tea from all the friends, and even though there are there's a little bit of drama in here that I thought was like a little bit unnecessary to throw out in terms of like personal things with her friends saying stuff about her. But in this case, a lot of this does apply to the situation. This is context that helps us understand the kind of person this is. It is so odd how like someone that just makes videos from their house can like say something online, and then all of a sudden it's like, if you mess up, like people will come out and say stuff. And whether or not you guys think that's fair, that's how the internet works. And I feel like TayBeepBoop should have had that same worry when she made the video about the fact she'd probably send a lot of hate Kaarin's way, but it doesn't really matter to her until that hate comes back onto her and people start talking about how she has a very questionable moral judgment, I guess. I don't know.
Pressure. Poverty's pretty serious. But everybody that grew up with Taylor knows that she has a beach house, she went to a private school, and both of her parents were judges. There is nothing wrong with what you did, Kaarin, and it is absolutely no...
Is it Kaarin or Kaarin? I'm sorry. I should have made sure before the video started. I thought it was Kaarin, but then now my head's getting all mixed up. And so this is someone who literally lived with her, coming out and saying a lot of stuff about how TayBeepBoop found a lot of her designs. And we had people making TikToks about how this drama started on the same day that her partner and her best friend, I'm gonna guess, launched their home decor line. And so people are also kind of like, hey, this Danny girl is like your BFF. My terminology is evolving rapidly. Danny, who's your BFF, dropped her home decor line on the day that you decided to come after this big creator, and you took away all of the attention from her. Really? And I don't know, maybe this isn't something that like she had planned or whatever, but I also feel like it's been weighing on her, and I guess this was like the straw that broke the camel's back for TayBeepBoop to come out and claim that all these things were stolen from her. And we learn about the fact that she has a questionable past in terms of how she talks about the way money plays a role in her life, which we'll talk about right now. This TikTok came out 4 days ago, and it says, why would you think your parents would pay for your college when they previously used you as a human ATM? Let's see what they're talking about.
My parents have treated me like their personal bank since I was 16 years old. My parents couldn't pay their taxes, and I had been working since I was 15. I had saved $8,000. I did some modeling, and I gave them everything I could make me happy. I gave them $8,000.
First of all, this is completely unnecessary for her to bring up publicly on her TikTok page. Just because someone said you got rich parents doesn't mean you need to explain that you gave $8,000 to your parents or this and that. But we go fast forward to a podcast clip of her talking about her parents in the same way. Originally, she says that they treated her like a human ATM. She was lending them money since she was 16 or whatever. And then she says this.
One day while I'm walking to get my diploma, my dad sends me a text after I finish walking. And he's like, congrats, kid. Now get to paying off those student loans.
Yeah, so they tricked you into paying your own student loans.
I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. I don't understand. You said you're paying for college. And my dad was like, do you not remember signing that paperwork? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you signed a bunch of loan paperwork.
No, literally, and I'm sorry that happened.
They conned me into going to college.
So she has this video on her podcast where she claims that her parents conned her into going to college because after she graduated, her dad was like, you got to pay off your student loans now. And she was like, I thought you guys were paying for college. And how would she expect her parents to pay for college if she already claimed previously that they have used her as a human ATM since she was 16 because they were in trouble with their taxes and couldn't pay them off, and they were in poverty and they couldn't help her. But at the same time, she thought that her parents were just going to cover college for her, and now they scammed her because she signed the paper. And of course, I have my own opinions on like 18-year-olds, signing up to go to college and signing away hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, it's bad, but this is completely unnecessary. And again, not really necessary to the story, but it's one of those things where like if your character has been judged, people are going to look in the past and see if it lines up with things that have happened. And I think that's, naturally going to come along with context that for some people feels a little unnecessary. And in some ways it is, but in other ways it gives us a good idea of the person that we're dealing with here. And so something big happens. All of a sudden there's a TikTok put out by the studio who collaborated with TayBeepBoop to make the wallpaper, and they actually put up a statement that says, as a small business, we strive to support and uplift artists, creators, and DIYers. We are disappointed in and do not stand behind the video that was posted by TayBeepBoop regarding Kaarin Joy earlier this week. It goes against our values and the ethos of the DIY community. As such, effective immediately, the TayBeepBoop collections will no longer be available for purchase. We will be reaching out to those who have pending orders, blah, blah, blah. And this is where I think it's really funny that like now when companies have to respond on behalf of creators who do a bad thing and they have like a funny username like TayBeepBoop, it's just pretty funny to see how you kind of have to address these situations, and it seems like we're living in like Dr. Seuss land, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. And of course, the same day the wallpaper line drops her, we finally get our response from TayBeepBoop on TikTok. I mean, I bet you can guess how it was handled, but let's watch it and see.
My behavior has been wild and
Turn it up.
inappropriate, and I apologize. It's taken me so long to realize that. I didn't think I had done anything wrong. Genuinely, I admit that for days. And I didn't want to be fake and give an apology that I didn't actually believe. I'm grateful for some of the hate and the criticism that I've gotten because it's helped to give me the perspective and understanding that I clearly needed, because I did not understand. Everyone draws inspiration from somewhere, and the fact that I went after someone who has been nothing but nice to me and has done nothing to deserve what I did just proves how much I got this wrong. I love this DIY colorful community, truly, and there's space for everyone, and me and this all and who I am. Kaarin has been nothing but gracious and kind to me throughout this whole thing, but also before this. And it proves like how wrong I got it. I've been speaking with her directly because she's owed a direct apology as well as a public one. But she just instantly is so generous with her words to me in explaining things.
Come on, pick it up.
And I don't deserve it, and I'm very appreciative. So basically hold me accountable for my behavior and bad actions, because this has been a massive learning moment for me, and I have plenty more to grow and learn from. Again, I'm so sorry to Kaarin and also everyone that this has affected, because I did not think about my actions and how this would hurt others.
So honestly, at least from my point of view, right off the bat, I don't think that's a bad apology. I thought that was pretty good. I mean, maybe I'd feel differently if I saw more context about it, but it seems like she even admitted herself that like her brain was just, the way she reacted to that situation was not correct, and she needed to fix that. And I can at least appreciate that there was a little bit of transparency there. But of course, the fact that it came after the wallpaper line dropping her was a big tell for a lot of people, because she kind of just like pretended it wasn't happening until the day that happened. Let's read some of the comments. Profile pictures giving sour by Olivia Rodrigo. I hope she credited her. Me when I lose my wallpaper line. 6 out of 10 needs ukulele. Sing toxic gossip train next. Me when I get called down and lose everything. Me reading the comments, not even watching the video. Have the cactus in my house. Am I allowed to have it? You're sorry when I mess with me back. You guys can see the response that people have given her over this situation. Someone said, I was gonna ask where you got the squishy cube, but then I remembered what started all of this. And you know, this drama is very interesting. I think that everyone kind of went about this in the best way they could. They pushed up the person who was getting slandered. They goofed on the person who was slandering them. And I mean, it's a tale as old as time. What can you say? Now, there is a TikTok that I do want to bring up that I thought like was kind of interesting. It was someone who used to be, quote, BFFs with TayBeepBoop for like 10 years. And this girl basically comes out, I'm not going to show her whole video, but she did say a lot about her that I was like, is this really like necessary to bring up in terms of like what, you know, what our impression of her should be? But like, let's watch a little bit of it and I can show you what I mean.
I had a very, very small wedding. All of my bridesmaids that I had, which ended up being 3 people, we all had created these.
She tells this long story about her wedding, and I was like, I don't know what this really has to do with interior design. Like, it definitely says something about her character. I mean, she ended this video by like promoting her Etsy and all this stuff, and I was like, let's focus on Kaarin right now. not like, we don't need to like go around and give like reparations to her ex-friends, I guess, right? But you know, I get it. If you had a horrible experience with her in the past, it's nice to see that you're finally like karma's happening and you can kind of finally talk about how this person upset you in your life. It is what it is, okay? I'm excited to hear what you guys think about this. I'm sure that we all kind of are in the same mental space when we think about our opinion on this situation. There are obviously areas where it's unfair for bigger creators to take inspiration and not give credit where credit's due, but I think we can all agree in this case, none of this was really warranted. And I guess that's where I'll leave it. If I left anything out of the story, please leave it in the comments down below, and I'll make sure that I, you know, look at them and respond to some people and see what's up. I also wanted to point out that Queef Jerky has a new music video out. I know some people are probably sick of me talking about Queef Jerky, but the new music video came out and it's really cool. I'll play 5 seconds of it.
Of your mom, so nutritious. M&M type beat. I got M&M type.
If you want to see more videos like this, I talk about little tiny dramas over on He Said Us. I'll put a playlist on the screen for that, and I'll also put a playlist for all the drama that's going on this channel. We just talked about the Lizzo story on Saturday or Friday, and yeah, I'm excited to see what other drama comes out of the woodworks for the rest of the week, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Okay, and I think that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Monday. Stay strong and don't give up despite what they're all saying behind your back.